What's up everybody, welcome back to Camera Exchange. We are here in downtown San Antonio at Rosilla's and we have the brand new Canon EOS R. So with the brand new Canon EOS R, you're going to start off with a full frame 30 megapixel sensor, which leads you also into the autofocus, which is dual pixel autofocusing, and it has just a little over 5,600 autofocus points. As far as the video goes on this camera, it does have 4K 10-bit, and you also have C-Log available, but there is a 1.7 crop on that 4K video. As far as the viewfinder goes on this thing, I absolutely love it. It has over 3.6 million dots on here, which gives you crystal clear resolution, but it's also 100% viewfinder coverage. So what you see is what you get. You know, I never thought I'd be using a flip out screen to shoot, honestly, but this is, man, that actually looks really cool. I like that. Just get a little tighter angle. Right now I can say as far as the viewfinder and screen goes on this camera, I'm loving it. Viewfinder was crisp and clear. Everything I could see was perfect. I could see my blacks and all my shadows. I could see highlights. That means a lot to me looking through a viewfinder. And it is 100%, so I know what I shot is what I got every time. It looked really nice. As far as this back screen, touch focus is actually really cool. I don't like the touch shutter at all. Personally, I messed up a lot with that, but the touch scroll was really cool. It helped me get through the menu a lot faster. Also, I didn't notice an ISO button. I know I can do a custom swipe here, but I just haven't set it up. So the fact that I can touch it and scroll it was really cool. All right, so we're concluding our walk through this alleyway and moving on to the next part. And of course, I saw something else I wanted to shoot. Found this old building with all this broken glass, looked really cool. And then of course I had to incorporate the brand new fresh building right across the street. So this whole time I was using the tracking autofocus, and then I used some of the just standard single point. Now I noticed with the tracking, it did what it was supposed to. There was cars driving by and it completely threw off my focus a few times. Kind of my fault though. As soon as I went to single point, it all worked pretty flawlessly. It kept going, kept working, and I hit all the spots I wanted. So as of now, I can't really say I love it, can't say I hate it, but we're gonna keep shooting and see what we find. All right, so overall the dynamic range on this camera looks very impressive through the viewfinder and through the back screen. I noticed a lot of detail in my blacks, I noticed a lot of detail in my midtones, and a lot of detail in my highlights, surprisingly enough. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm definitely gonna have to put it in the computer and see what I actually got from the camera, but as far as the screens go, it looks really nice. Now, when we get into video with this thing, I really start to have a lot of problems with it. It has no in-body stabilization, which is horrible. So I can't do anything handheld even if I wanted to, especially if my lens doesn't have it. It also only does 422 in HDMI out, which also is not that great for anything. Now, it does have some pluses. You know, it does do 4K to start with. It does have 10-bit and it does have C-Log. So you do have some benefits, but as far as no in-body stabilization, my lens I want to shoot with doesn't have stabilization, so that's a big deal breaker. I mean, most of my video today is pretty much going to be trashy. All right, on this next part, I really wanted to focus on high resolution. So the things I shot were all things that you'd really want high detail in. I shot some foliage, I shot some insects, I shot bricks, anything that had a lot of texture that would really pop is what I was really aiming for. And I can tell you, honestly, this thing kind of blew me away. It looks great through the viewfinder, so I'm really hopeful for what I'm going to put on the computer. Now, that's to be expected though. It shares this same sensor, 30 megapixel sensor that the Canon 5D Mark IV has, and also that same processor. It has the Digic 8 in it. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed, and I can't wait to put it in the computer and see just how nice these shots really came out. All right, so we just got done shooting the brand new Canon EOS R downtown, and I gotta say, the photo part of this camera is really cool. It shot perfectly, it did everything well, and even better, when I put the photos in the computer, they looked stunning. Now, the video part of it really lacked, and I kind of went into it in detail in the video, so I'll just kind of leave it there for now. Definitely bring a tripod, bring a stabilizer, something, anything, because the camera needs it, especially if your lens doesn't have a stabilizer built in. But all in all, the camera worked really well. And of course, just remember, you know, if you like the video, like our channel, subscribe to it, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to see you there. And that's all I really have for the camera. Works great, and we'll see you next time.